All right, into the big clash this weekend. Ellis Park will be hosting the Currie Cup final tomorrow in a clash which will see the Lions taking on the Sharks. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. and, as mentioned, SABC 2 bringing you that match live with the build-up starting at 3:30 p.m. To preview this match, we have roped in former Lions hooker and now broadcaster Owen Nkumane, who is joined by Lions flanker Ruhan Straeuli. Gentlemen, what a pleasure to have you in studio with us today.
Good morning, Leanne. Thanks for having us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Nice to have you, Ruhan. Thank you very, very much for coming in. Let me begin with you, Owen, because you played in this tournament back in the days, so it must be heartening to see the tournament with such a rich history still playing such an important and vital role in rugby, despite lucrative competitions currently involved in this calendar.
Yeah, Leanne, I think what's important, one of the beauties of the Currie Cup at the moment is competing with international competitions. And this year was special because it kind of almost like found a home, went back to its origins. Teams started picking stronger teams, and that's a beauty, and we're quite enjoyed. And a lot of youngsters came through, and I look forward to when I compare the Currie Cup now, and I look at everyone's rugby CV or resume from Russie and everything. It's almost like the rite of passage. You know, without playing the Currie Cup, it's almost like, are you going to make the Springboks? It's where we test the guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost a rite of passage for every player, coaches as well. So it's really been brilliant this season. Loved it. Yeah, in our times, the Lions didn't quite get to the final. But it's good to see the pride of Joburg right up at the top.
I think it's fantastic, to be honest. I'm a proud Joburger, so obviously a Lions supporter, so I'm really looking forward to what you guys do out there. I mean, you know, obviously development is key to any sport, and when we look for depth as a rugby nation, I mean, a World Cup winning nation, the quality of depth is important. And, you know, when you see the quality of depth in the Currie Cup at the moment, I suppose it seems like a great platform for players to actually launch their careers and, you know, maybe become the biggest Springboks out there and another World Cup winning nation.
No, I must say, I think something that's been nice to see in this Currie Cup is to see how players have been pulled to the national side out of Currie Cup teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been sent back to have game time, and it gives you a good mix between young players and experienced players, not just playing together but competing against each other. Younger loose heads, for example, in our team, playing against the likes of Stephen Kitzelf against Western Province. So it goes both ways. I think whether you're playing against or playing with, it's nice to share that experience.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about development, Owen, I know you're quite passionate about this. I mean, your opinion of the new crop of coaches that we've got there?
That's to say, that's the beauty about it. And you look at the landscape of rugby in South Africa at the moment, we've got the Springboks who've set the benchmark, but now what Currie Cup is allowing, just reaching out just even wider, having it on SABC this weekend, the access to the new consumer to the game, all of a sudden, you know, I can assure you now, somebody in the next 5 years will say, I saw a certain player in the Currie Cup final, and that guy is going to go on to represent the Springboks in the World Cup. I can guarantee you that in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And it happened here and in the Currie Cup. So access to it is brilliant. As you said, the coaches, the new fan we're seeing, the new players. So it's key to in anything, in any sport. Your local competition is key.
Yeah.
It builds and allows you to get to the Champions Cup, to that international comp that we're taking part in. Without the Currie Cup, we don't have a foundation as South Africans.
Yeah, and the passion is there, and I want to bring the same to you, Ron, in terms of these young coaches that are there, because I mean, for players, it must be also lovely to have such experienced players coming on and giving. I mean, JP Peterson, Joey Mongalo, Piwo Nomlomo. I mean, just to name a few. I mean, these coaches really coming out and having the opportunity to prove themselves and their quality. It must be quite wonderful to actually have that available.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's very much like Owen said, the rite of passage. I think for many of the young coaches, it's their chance to actually have a team, to have a structure where they can do for a set tournament what they want to do, implement what they want to implement. And I think that kind of gives them a measurement of how their systems work. And yeah, I think in general it's just growing. It's growing the game, the Currie Cup, coaching, players, I mean...
It's such a good thing.
Yeah,
it's such a good thing. But let's talk about the Sharks. I mean, because with all due respect, they showed a lot of character to hold their own in the semi-final. Even though they were missing some of their players, some of their key players against the Bulls. Well, I'm going to get you both to comment on it. Owen, go for it.
Unreal season.
Yeah.
As you said, JP starts off week 1, he loses by a point to the Lions at home, and the Lions go on to go in the finals. And then he gets a group of youngsters, I'm talking about 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. They come to Joburg. Lions are flying high. I think we're around 4-5.
Yeah.
And they beat the Lions. I mean, nobody saw that script.
Sure.
And that's where the season turned around the Sharks. That's where the season turned around. And it's credit to those youngsters that came and brought energy to the Sharks team. And I think that 100 minutes in Pretoria could be just a stretch for them. I think they've done very well. Created depth, went shopping as well in terms of, I mean, they're playing in the Champions League, they're playing URC, the Currie Cup now, so it's brilliant. But being a Joburg guy, and I'm going to call it the way it is, we need the trophy to stay here. The Sharks got that trophy in the Challenge Cup last year. We need something. Pretoria's been good, hosted the final, good stories there. Province has won the URC. It's about time we got something. You know, when Joburg does well, everything goes well in SA.
Well, there you go. I love the way you speak, Ruhan. I mean, yeah, you got 2 big fans with you here in studio. Sorry, Sharks.
No, I must say, I think it's going to be interesting. It's been one apiece in the season so far. The Lions, we've been really good, I think, this Currie Cup season. I think the Sharks have come through with a slow start and picked up momentum towards the end. So it should be a good battle, and just excited.
Yeah,
and nervous.
exactly. Listen, what about the weather? Because I'm hearing hellish conditions. I mean, does this affect the game for you at all?
Well, I think for us, we'd like to play them in the Joburg heat at altitude.
Which is not going to happen.
No, so unfortunately the cold weather has come in, hoping just for it to stay dry. I think that'll be good for us. And other than that, we're just going to have to
put your hearts out there and do your best, do your best. Of course, as we get into the headlines, the big one as well is the Springboks. Owen, what are their chances?
Yeah, great. I think one of the big things, and you look at the team again, you know, Rassi's made 10 changes. He's picked guys that haven't had a chance, so there's no complacency. It's guys who got an opportunity to win the rugby champs for South Africa. So you look at it again and you think, every time you don't know who's going to pick, but he picks somebody. He's like, yeah, that's a good team.
That was a good choice.
Yeah, we've got so much depth, and it's good to see. So good luck to them.
Yeah.
11 o'clock kickoff late, but hopefully most South Africa wake up on Sunday. We're champions of the rugby.
Exactly.
Champs.
So it's a full day of rugby tomorrow from that encounter to the Currie Cup. Good luck, and thanks for coming in, guys. We wish you all the best, and let's see who hoists this beautiful, beautiful trophy that's here visiting us in studio this morning.